Welcome back to OnOne Photo Raw 2020, and today we're going to take a look at the retouching aspect of the program. Now, retouching is located under Faces right here in the toolbar, and to select it, all we need to do is go ahead and click on Faces. And what that's going to do is bring up the Faces layers palette over here, and it's going to switch this to portrait. A lot of times when you do this by default, it's automatically going to make a selection or try to find the face. Or you can come down here and put add face. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this box and we can reselect it and say, hey, the face is inside of there. And just like that, it's going to go ahead and try to make a mask. Now, this is the mask that we see. It's this little white circle. If we remember, white shows and black hides. This is just a plain round mask and is never going to match up almost any face. So you're going to need to come in here and modify the mask. And just like we did with any other mask, we can come up here and we can use the paint in and out. So we'll start with paint in, and then we can just come in here and we're going to apply it to the areas of the face that we want to affect. So we're going to paint in any skin area, and we're going to paint out any area that we don't want to have affected by the mask. So we've come in here, you can see right there I've missed a couple of spots. You can always get those little bits just by going over them. And then we're going to paint out to make sure it's more accurate. So we're going to go to paint out. And we're just going to go over the edges here. Most likely has already gotten most of the outer edges. I don't want to apply this to the ear, so we're going to go over the ear. And then we're going to make sure that looks good. So now we can see it's starting to look more like a figure that we want to apply retouching to. The next thing that we have an option to click on is color range. If you click on color range, it will allow you to adjust images with a certain color range. So I can pick the color range within the skin and it will apply the adjustments to that. Since we've already made the mask, we're going to go ahead and turn that off. The next thing that we have over here is style default. So we have an eye tool and a mouth tool. So I can click on the eye tool, and then it's telling me to click on the center of each eye. And it doesn't mean it usually means the pupil, but actually you want to click sort of on the center of the eyes. So we'll kind of do that. And what it does is it creates a little selection. Now, it's almost never correct. So you can move the selection by clicking the little blue guy in the center. You can adjust the selection to make the selection the same as the eye. So we'll come up here and you can hit Command plus and zoom in at any time. This way I can make this a little bit more accurate. So I can grab this. I can say the end of my eye is right there. This needs to come up a little bit. This needs to come up a little bit. This needs to go down here. We will shift this. And so you can see the accuracy of zooming in definitely makes a difference. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and click the mouth. And it wants you to click the corner points of the mouth, and then it's going to make a little selection just like you did before. So we'll come in here and we will shape this to the form of our mouth. So I'm grabbing these different points and dragging them out to warp it to the same as the mouth. Now right here, what it's looking for is to move and make this where the teeth should be. Now we don't actually have any teeth in this image, but we're going to go ahead and just form it around the lips. So we'll go just like that. And now we've kind of masked out those areas. So far we have masked out our subject. We have selected the mouth and the teeth. So we're going to go ahead and click on skin. And what this is going to allow us to do now is to smooth or adjust the different values or areas within the skin. We also have some defaults. So if we notice right up here, we have style default. I can click on this little drop down arrow and it says skin and eye strong, meaning it's going to adjust and modify the skin and eye strong. The next is subtle, skin only subtle, skin, eyes, mouth strong, skin, eyes, mouth, subtle. So we'll go ahead and just do skin, eyes, mouth, strong, so you can see what it looks like. And you can see it really smoothed out those areas of the skin, and it's enhancing the lips and the eyes strongly. However, if you don't want to use one of these, you can always come in here and manually adjust this stuff. So I can take that smoothing out if I think it's a little bit too strong, or if I remove too many of the blemishes. Now right here, you can still see there's still an area or a little scar inside of her face. Really, before you go into this kind of faces things, you do want to come in and start use some of the basic retouching tools that you have within the program. So you're definitely going to want to come in with the retouching brush and remove any moles, pimples, acne, anything that you want to remove off the face before you go into this retouching phase of the program. We're just going to stay here inside of faces and continue adjusting this. So the next thing that we have is we can smooth out the face. We can control the amount of blemishes removed. We can control the shine on their face, so we can add more shine, add less shine to the face. We can decrease the evenness. So if you were shooting outside and you had like a really contrasty light, you could decrease the evenness and it would flatten out your image and make it look better. And then your range selection, so you can adjust the range of the skin color selection. Next thing we have is eyes, so we can control the whitening of the eyes. So if I wanted my eyes to be whiter, I can slide this up and you're going to see that the eyes definitely got brighter. We can control the detail, the mouth, the whitening. We don't really need to whiten the mouth in this case because we don't actually have any teeth, but we are also controlling the vibrance. So you can look at her lipstick. It has gotten pretty vibrant. I think it's a little bit too much. So we're going to go ahead and take that down a bit to get it about there. And then what we can do is we can turn this preview on and off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit turn the preview off, and it's going to show you the before. And then if I click on it again, it's going to show you the after using the retouching tools. Now, these are not the greatest skin retouching tools available in any photo program. I think they're okay. They do a good job. They're fairly efficient. They're pretty easy for people to do. Frequency separation in Photoshop is by far better, but you're talking about a whole nother beast as far as the program. So if you need to get some quick and easy retouching, this program has made it very simple. Everything is spelled out over here. Really make sure that you get an accurate mask. An accurate mask is going to be key to doing this. You definitely wouldn't want to do this in the hair or the background of your image. You don't even have to do it in the hand or the shoulder. It looks more even if you do it everywhere than just in the face. And if you have skin like this on the shoulder and you didn't do it there, it would sort of look odd. You need to make sure that you actually don't whiten eyes too much because they don't look realistic. So I'm going to go ahead and move that back down. You can have a lot of detail, but having a really bright or white eye isn't always going to help. Another thing that you could do is make just a targeted adjustment and go into the eye and just brighten the highlights a bit. That will also help bring out the eyes as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.